About to hurt somebody who knew, whoever knew I could have a bruise. You see this scar here on my chest, and I'm hurting. You don't even know it's sorry. My love is a person with this. Hey, I'm so sick and tired of this shit, yo. I'm not lying. Like, this shit is hilarious. So, y'all, I found I found the channel. Oh, let me go back. And it reverts. Let me explain this. It reverts back to what we were talking about earlier this year and for the previous times of the channel message. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for like, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all. The YouTube channel is Spirit Science. And I put everything on the KD meditation list because that's the shortest list. It's amazing what you can do with meditation. You don't need a lot. Okay, the healing is the hardest part. But how to move through the chakras, I put it on KD blast list and the meanings of and why it's so important to inner work, right? To healing the inner child. Uh, Let me see. I also put some of the other people I watch their videos on the different chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and it talks about the other chakras. And if you guys go check out those channels as well, you can also find out, see what downloads you get, see what information you can pull by doing your own research as well. Okay, you don't have to take my word for it. You can definitely go and do the research yourself, and you have your own opinion and your own way of thinking, healing, and evolving, which is of importance. Okay, individuality. So the three lower chakras is the topic of discussion. Okay, through the illusion, burn through the illusion. Okay, healing the lower chakra. Spirit is like the soul. Okay, well, spirit breathes life into the soul. In other words, the feminine energy wanted to experience herself on a have a new experience. Okay, so that's where the story of Jesus Christ was born. She came down into a physical body. She split herself in half. And thus we have feminine and masculine energy. It was that's where they get the immaculate conception from. Spiritual alchemy, right? Because we were at a much higher vibration and able to bring things from heaven to earth back then more so than a lot of people, are able to now. We're getting more to that state as more people become aware, as more people heal, grow, and evolve, which is the goal, right? Okay, what is keeping the spirit bound? Oh, okay. So spirit is a soul on fire, which is when the soul gets unbound, which is the lower chakras, and move into its higher self, the feminine energy, right? So then that's how the soul is bound. And some people don't have them or they're not connected to them. And we're going to get to that later on. It's called the Atman, ATMAN, your higher self, which is a form of you in a higher vibration. Like my soulmate right now, his higher self is with me. His physical body is somewhere the fuck else. it's It's the path that he chose to do. Hello. What's up, Kate? So it's what he's not in alignment with his assignment. Free will, freedom of choice, right? Thank you guys for the like, shares, and subscribe. Thank you guys. I'm gonna start doing you guys' post notifications. I'm gonna go with the first couple. Okay, I'm doing okay. How are you? And then I'm going to post it on my community board. Okay, so I just took a screenshot. So I'm going to do the post notification go out to Kate and Carlos. Thank you for asking. We're talking about the feminine masculine energy, healing the inner child. What is a soul? What is a spirit? And how are they connected? And how do you get to your higher self? How do you heal childhood trauma? We go through a lot of that information here on this channel. And it's through experience, not just by going to school, by mundane ways of programming. Okay? I like your hair. Thank you. Thank you, Kate. I'm pretty sure you're beautiful as well. Thank you for the compliment. How are you guys doing? Let me know. I hope you guys are doing well. Where you are, where you at, and you're going to get through whatever you're going through. Whatever challenges may come your way. Never give up. Okay? Give yourself words of affirmations every day and teach it to your children whenever you may have them, whatever you choose to do in life. Okay? Make sure you love you first. Okay? So, let's see. Let's get back to what I was referring to, Spirit Bound. The lower chakras unawareness. Okay, so your lower chakras unawareness. This was the entrapment, right? For hating of the feminine energy and the masculine energy, supposed to be superior than the feminine energy. They both have their dualities and their strengths and their weaknesses. They are both a good thing because, as a whole, they are one. No excuses, you know? So, the lower chakras, the entrapment, the bondage of the soul, right? This is how we get reincarnated and trapped back into this earthly realm, into this physical way of hell, right? And or not being able to create a higher realm, a higher level, a state of different perspectives through healing through our upper chakras, past the solar plexus. That's when they said, the Jesus ascension happened, and we went that in the last video. Okay, so the unawareness, the red chakra is survival mode. So if you're in survival mode in your creativity and you don't get to thrive in your curiosity, being creative, learning, exploring, and then you get to your solar chakra, your solar plexus, which is who you are. When you are learning in toxicity and you're only thriving through those three lower chakras, you're going to be creating a faulty narrative and perspective and foundation in your life, okay? So until you heal those traumas and different things that may have happened to you in your childhood, and or because of inheritance, you don't have a healthy way of communicating, you don't have a healthy way of getting out of that survival. You don't heal through the heartache, the hurt, the trauma that you went through, is a cycle that you will be repeating and passing on to your children, onto your generational lineage. So when you can't see, when your soul, your spirit that came down through the root chakra to have a human experience, and you're just in those three chakras, and you just live your whole life throughout those three chakras, in illusion of thinking that you're much you living in a really love situation when it's lackluster because you married for fame or married for money. That's a false narrative, right? So when your spirit is not able to go through all the chakras, past all three chakras, to have the potential of knowing it has other realms and realities to go through, to evolve through, you're in a lower vibrational state. Now, the colors red, orange, yellow, they all wavelength at different frequencies. Okay? And the red chakra is the lowest frequency. And a lot of people in that toxic Mars energy, ruling with warring and passion and warring and hatred and whatever you could possibly think of or imagine, in that creativity of that, and that being their soul star, the star who they perceive them in their ego to be to everybody else and portray themselves to be, they're not healed. They're just merely existing. That means they are still in their lackluster of a child, like, in a grown person's body, in an unhealed state, right? In a world made for them of straight toxicity. It can look cute, it can look beautiful, it can look very lavish, right? But it's not going to matter, and it's not going to mean anything if they haven't healed through those chakras, and they don't become aware of their higher self, which is their feminine energy. So, feminine energy relies in self care, self love, and awareness, empathy, things like that. And a lot of other things, which you guys will, I might hit and miss, but I really doubt it because I wrote down a lot of it. Was sitting down for the past few hours from the last live. And I've already went through this information as well from my other videos as well, from 2021, from about September, October, November. Okay, so there's a timeline for those videos. Lower self, the unawareness of the higher self chakras. The subtile body, which is your spirit body. You can't grow, heal, and become spiritually aware. Well, you can actually, but it won't be in a higher vibration. It'll be in a lower vibration, simply because you would still be resonating in those lower chakras and not going through the love, empathy, and the balance of all of your chakras for your energy to flow. You know what I mean? So it was still, just like evil people do evil things, and it seems like, they're getting away with a lot of things and using lower vibrational energies, but eventually that tower is going to hit that ass, and everything's going to crumble from under them, and they will get exposed. That's exactly what's going to happen. So don't let that be you. I'm just saying, karma, what goes around comes back around. Hello, what's up, Robin? So indigo children. Indigo children, which is primarily the healer, the wounded healer, really, in a toxic form. In a not so toxic form is, the one, the healer that wants to heal and take accountability and have empathy and love and sunshine and rainbows, and then finds out that the world is very toxic and needs healing, and you can't save everybody. You can only save yourself. Okay. So the indigo child is typically diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, which is a highly gifted and intuitive person. This can be the what? The paradigm of the the narcissist to the empath paradigm. You pancake, what's that supposed to mean? What the hell? Okay, so that can be from the empath narcissist paradigm, right? I'm a high up, I'm a highly intuitive and powerful empath, not bragging, I'm an earth angel, whatever you want to call it. What are you saying sorry for? uh, hello, what's up, Nancy? So, they're highly gifted, vibes listed. What? So, these people, like I said, they are very gifted. It just depends on what paradigm and how they choose to heal and grow and evolve and how they want to use their gifts. A lot of people, some people use it for dark reasons, some people use it for light reasons, and some people are blissfully unaware that they even have gifts, um, and don't even realize how sensitive or why they are sensitive to the things that they are sensitive for. Thank you for the like, shares, and subscribes, everybody. I appreciate you guys greatly. Thank you so much. Um, so, gifted, let's see. Oh, okay. So those are the YouTube channels. I already listed them in the KD meditation playlist. So you guys can go check out that playlist with the current events of the videos of how the chakras work. I'm actually in Breaking Master as well. So certified certificate. Okay. So I know how to do energy work and things like that. So um, this is lower. Okay, so that's irrelevant. Okay. uh, I'm going to touch on that on another subject. I don't want to get distracted. It says the grounding chakra is how you got here. So, yes, the grounding chakra, Earth is a portal. There is a portal in Earth and how you get here. Yes, you came here to have a human experience. Okay? Chakra is you got here is within. So the way to get out is within, is healing the inner chakras, going through your lower chakras to heal all of your chakras, and it does not happen overnight. For anybody you feel like paying or you want to pay, bullshit. It's not overnight. They lying to your ass. You got to do the work, and sometimes that work comes slowly with different experiences, and also test. Spiritual test. You go like somebody, saying God send you somebody that'll trigger you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like try to piss you off. The way you react, the way you have intentions toward that person, place, or thing will determine your spiritual ascension. I was kind of talking earlier about how my chakra, my aura was purple, and I was like, what the hell? Like, it's kind of crazy because I've been going through a lot of healing process, and it took me years to get to that. You know what I mean? So it takes time. So be patient, be kind, be loving to yourself. Nobody's perfect, but we should definitely work towards that every day, right? So, way out is within meditation. And the Avatar. Okay, the cartoon movie Avatar, right? How did the avatar go through the different stages of healing? I actually listed that as well in the mothering playlist. So if y'all want to look into that, and I put it on the KD 2025 playlist as well, but that's a long list to go through. So the mothering playlist might be a little bit shorter. I think it is a little bit shorter. It's way shorter. So you guys can go check out that playlist as well. There's different things that I've experienced that I made, gave you guys information of how to navigate and what to be aware of. Okay, take the information as it may resonate. Avatar. So the avatar before he got awoken, that is so fucking crazy. Before he got awoken again, okay, I'm just like, I was writing about the avatar, and then we're gonna get to this other part later, and that's how God be working. Okay, so going through, he put himself in a orb, right? He put sealed himself in a round orb, him and his flying bison, right? So he went and he had broken down into a fit of rage. Hello, how are you doing? Hi, Marilyn. Good, great to see you. Good to know. Very great to know. Thank you for tapping in. 2222. Angel number. Um, so he had settled himself in his own light, his aura, right? He became ice. That ice represents a feeling of being frozen, like being very cold hearted, cut off from your emotions. It's like he felt bad as he went through healing his chakra. He had to acknowledge his wrongdoing. He felt bad for unaliving a lot of people, right? So a monk or guru, whatever, was helping him, open his chakras at light speed, mind you. It don't really happen like that, but the reflection was the action that was connected to the different chakras and healing those what was most important to acknowledge and that's how you heal your inner child. Acknowledging, the people that you hurt in the rage and ignorance of what you were in, and then, healing that and releasing it. And no longer being like that, like not being sorry, being very apologetic, and really meaning that, like you're not going to intentionally do that again, whether intentionally or unintentionally. It's not going to be your intentions for others or yourself. No self harm, no harming others. You're going to learn love, you're going to learn patience, you're going to learn kindness and forgiveness of yourself and the forgiveness of others. So the avatar, he was a air bender. We're talking about waves of light, waves of energy, meaning dark to light. That means, you know, it is what it is. How you use your energy, your intentions is what matters. So, being an airbender, he went to water first, because water was where he was last at, right? He froze over, he became heartless, he became cold hearted, he froze himself into that bubble that is representation of his auric field in his Merkaba. That's what he was, how he was using his chakras. He was the last airbender. Okay, so he went to the water tribe. And I think it's kind of crazy when you're talking about this now, and the stuff just happened in the last with the ice caps and everything melting, and them having a typhoon is kind of crazy. Raise awareness to that as well, if that is if you have a platform or anything that's going on for people that can go out and help them, people out in Alaska that just experienced the typhoon, because they do need help. For those who are able to help, able-bodied and able to financially as well. So, because FEMA funds did get cut and everything, so if you're able at least to spread the word, if you can't go out and help people or financially or physically, just spread the word. That will help as well. Get it to people that are able to. So he went. The Avatar went to the Water Tribe in the gates of fear, and he felt his adversary. He feared his adversary, and the mastering of fire, because the Fire Nation was the one that was going after everybody, the irrational and very volatile and hostile beings, right? They ruled with fire, fire bending. But this is how he was working through his root chakra. Next was his sacral chakra, the orange chakra, forgiving the people in your ignorance and anger. He created wrath and he hurt people with that type of creativity, and he had to forgive himself for hurting other people in his ignorance and his anger, just lashing out, which we all have. You know what I mean? We all have, and we have to be wiser. And with that, and be more patient and be more kind and find more better ways and better perspectives of utilizing and subsiding situations rather than impulse, because God is love and patient and kind, and God does not force God does not God is not really wrathful. That is a more of a lower vibration of your lower self. It's not a vibration of your higher self. But because a lot of the stuff that we have been exposed to, we tend to rule with the iron fist at first until we are willing and subjected and open to be receptive and changing and healing and evolving, regardless of the fact of what's going on in our environment, because we are a product of our own environment. So, water, grief, let it reform into new love. So, with that creation, experience the grief and let it reform into new love. Okay? Through that creativity, let love flow effortlessly and endlessly to yourself and to the others that have, you know, it has affected. Um, Please forgive me. I love you. I apologize and forgive me. Blue, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Somehow, uh, which how he became into his soul star, who he is. Y'all go watch the videos. Y'all get me put together. But blue, your true nature, your expression, how you express yourself, your throat chakra. You can falsely put a narrative out there of who you are, and that's not truly who you are. Are you living your purpose? Are you living in your true life's purpose? What you're meant to do, whether it be on the platform or not. Third eye, right here. Third eye, separate in illusion. Yeah, separate illusion, all elements are all connected. Elemental magic. So separation is an illusion that we are all separate, and that's not the case. The more that each person takes time and take patience and takes what they need to do to heal, the more it will affect their environment. Imagine that as being a wave of light, a wave of healing, and putting out that patience no matter how it may hurt, no matter how it may feel, and being consistent in that. We are all still learning and getting to that level, even me. Okay, so how separation is an illusion and all elements are actually connected: earth, air, fire, the physical body, the plants, the animals, the dirt, the air, whatever it may be, a car. That's why I say people, places, and things, because all these things can embody a soul or spirit or soul, actually. So, masculine and feminine. So, let's see. Now, the crown. The crown is right here, the top of your head. Mastering yourself, and I'm skipping ahead of myself, is the lotus flower, the thousand petal lotus flower. That's when you have self mastery. And in that self mastery, that's where you have to face your your cosmic self, your oversoul. And that's why your soul star is up here. You go to from your crown chakra to up here, just over your head. Your hand can touch it, right? That's where it's at. Your crown chakra. It says complete control and awareness of self in and out of the avatar state, meaning self mastery. Self mastery is pretty much mastering yourself through all chakras, planes of existence, and in all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 D levels within your tetrahedron, right? Tetrahedron, you can definitely look that up. That is you building up and healing and repairing your light body. That's you coming into balance. That's you becoming your yin and yang, your dark and your light, accepting your dark and healing both your light and your dark, being accepted at the same time, in balance within reason. So letting go of this is what the crown chakra pertains to as well, how to heal it and what you can look forward to. Letting go of the mundane things, the cosmic energy, the mundane things, the everyday life, the oh, I got this and I got that. At the end of the day, do you have your fucking soul? Do you have your higher self? Do you have your mind, body, and soul? Do you have your soul body? That's what matters, the self mastery. Because that shit ain't gonna get you to heaven. I guarantee you, good looks, body by body, it's not going. It's not gonna do it. Root, being the parents of your inner child. The self-mastery relies in you being the parent of your inner child and what you did not have, what you did not receive, what you feel like you did not receive. Your triggers, your wounds, your trauma, what makes you feel lesser than or insufficient. Give that to yourself. Tell your inner child that you love it and it's okay. You have that now and you're not going to abandon your inner child. Woo! Self-mastery and self-love is amazing. What your will, what your will working is what chakra you are propelled to red. Wait, purple to red, propelled to red. So, what chakra you are in is what you're wielding. People can mask it by what they say, but if you can read energy and you can read auras, then you can see past their illusion and past their projection of what they want you to see as opposed to who they really are. Okay? Okay? And that's why different people have different color auras. And there are people that can see auras and people that can, help you heal your aura, heal the holes in your aura so you can't be, people don't feed off of your energy and tear holes in your aura and cut it and bust it open and stuff like that. It's important to heal yourself so you can have that energetic protection. It's like the energy touching that and you being able to recognize it without seeing it before it actually happens. That is your intuitiveness. That is you know, your higher self, right? Your America body, your energy, that's you being in tune and traveling different planes of existence. Okay. So Reiki master, like I already said, I'm getting ahead of myself. I am a Reiki master, I'm a healer. So thousand petal lotus flower, yeah, we talked about that as well. I just mentioned that. Your intuitions, no, your intentions. Your intentions, tetrahedron, oh yeah, tetrahedron. I, wait, I'm a real, okay, here we go. Here we go. So, I'm a real boy. People in their ego, like I said, toxic feminine energy, and I can do it without the other part of your soul, basically, your ego, telling you you don't need to heal, you don't need to do this, you don't need to take this into consideration, um, whatever it may be, right? There's so many different examples. If you have something in question, and I just like gaslighting is. So, anyways, 1992. Let's get to this. Let's get to this 1992. Tutankhamun was discovered. The tomb was discovered, right? The yin and the yang, the balancing of the energies of your higher self and your lower self and your higher self is the yin and yang, the immortality. That is the immortality. The attune your higher self. So this year, y'all, we went over this. This is the one where we were talking about uh what's this man name? Nixon. My ass is hurting from sitting down for so long. I swear for these has already been stretching. But it don't feel like it's helping. Okay, anyways. What? Moeller and Watergates. Moeller and Watergates. So go look up, do your research on Molar, Molar, and Watergates. That is something connected to, let's see, dump truck grandfather is German Russian interference. Okay, and what does this say? Something. Oh, email FBI arrest the judge in what? In escalation of something immigration efforts. Oh, when in Trump's something immigration efforts that happened this year. Okay, 1988 to 1973 scandal. Watergate's 1988 to 1973 scandal. Nixon resigns from being president. Why? Ask the questions why. And why is this in relation to the timeline? 1974 at noon. Damn, why does it say a month? Okay, 12 p.m. Why when a new day starts, everything time before, I don't know why I didn't just put before. Whatever. The time change. Before the time change. So literally before they change time. Oh, and we've been talking about the Gregorian calendar. Is that when they did it? Or they did it again? Before the time change. Because I remember in 2022, they announced that they was going, yeah, because I was doing around between February and March. I was saying like they was talking about, if y'all went into those reads about that time, they was talking about taking away daylight savings. Why was they talking about taking away daylight savings? Before time change, the takeover of the false god that are demigods. 1998, the Whitewater and the investigator is Ken Starr. Kinstar. That's an actual person. Y'all can look that up. Take notes. Independent uh, independent counsel. Oh, he's an investigator. He was an investigator. Independent counsel that can also look into other criminal matters that come into or onto his table. Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas. I told y'all, pay attention to what the hell's going on in Arkansas, etc. Dot dot dot. sexual allegations or acts, media, paparazzi, uh, weakness. Oh, Achilles heel, Chiron, the wounded warrior. Um, I wonder what his birth sign is. What spiritual contracts are made and broken? Get the proper spouse and trick. Wait, spouse and trick. Spouse and trick? And then, oh wait, not and then to them, don't don't Monica Lewinsky all on her house. Our ki- our kicks lust for fun or for healing purposes of healing of spiritual manifestation in spiritual and soul healing, bringing subconsciouses the subconscious mind into existence. I think it's kind of crazy the shit going on around this time. They knew where our bodies was, and they didn't want to. They desecrated our tombs. Oh, and took the relics, and this is what the fuck. They talking about like Ford called Burger Meister, Burgermeister, half dead, and they knew meaning, gave half dead a new meaning. Foot Football, Denver Broncos, and ooh, sexual assault settlement. Shannon Sharp, 2010 sexual assault settlement. Oh, he had another sexual assault set. Well, if you stayed this long and you got the tea, you came back to get the tea, and you just happened to stumble upon the tea. It's not tea, it's just facts. Uh, Birds of a feather fucking flock together. Ugh, I'm done. That's why they hate strong women. They are very weak in what they have learned and what they have adhered to. Oh, that's where it went to. I didn't know what the fuck. Ain't like I can do nothing with it anyway. Uh, People going missing from apps on Indeed for in Atlanta. They want to create something that doesn't question its authority. Uh, White farmers just now feeling mm, the melanated farmers have felt for a very long time. What is spiritual about why I chose healing in a child? Uh, why? Why I chose healing in a child? Uh, Dobie is like the good grades. Forget, forget them. Louis Vuitton bag, shoes. Oh, Jesus. These niggas, I'm telling you, they sell out for a little bit of fucking nothing. That shit crazy, man. That is disheartening. But, people do what they want to do. 1924, it just goes back to the birth of Jesus Jr. She was number one. I cannot go on, yo. We're about at an hour. BC, AD. Yeah, yeah, go back and look at look at the videos from this year. Oh, that's fucking crazy. It's really hard to believe somebody that is definitely emotionless and gaslighting a fuck out of somebody. Um, for sure. Let's see. These are the 1800s, 1820. The woman suffering movement in the United States. It started in the 1920s. And then all this other shit. Oh yeah, Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy. Yeah, Pinocchio had them jaws on. Lord, they is wrong as hell for that. 1912, Lake Lanier. Yeah. It's all makes sense. Too much damn sense. And just stay out of the illusion of gaslighting. And if you can do that and not look up to people just because they have and stuff like that, like I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like that shit get on my nerves. Ear started ringing. That shit get on my motherfucking nerves. I can't stand an arrogant asshole. I mean, you want a man, you don't need a man. And if you don't know the energy that is around you, you are affected by your environment. That means the very same thing in which you have been resonating with. And like I said, you gotta change your whole circle. God don't be talking for nothing. You gotta change your whole circle. You may not even need a motherfucking die. You just may need you and God. You know what I'm saying? If you got that's a must. You know what I'm saying? You need to deal with your children. You gotta be there for your children. Whatever time you may have with them, whatever blessings upon your healing that you can, the burdens that you take off of your children, do that. But we can't make y'all do nothing. We can only give y'all something to heal on and reflect on. I'm just saying. Whew. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yeah, this definitely ain't no tea, but the realizations be realization and understand, but don't even be said. It's already said. Ain't my fault. Don't be petty. I'm over here being petty because your fucking feelings hurt. I was singing a song earlier. He said, I got a little booty. Oh Lord, he said I got a little booty, a little booty. He said I got a little booty, a little booty. How his demons look. I was saying some other shit too. It was flowing like a motherfucker. That shit had me laughing. I was laughing up in this motherfucker. I was like, oh, I need it. And totally forgot, started researching what I was going to do for y'all before it got late. Too damn late, yeah. So, I'm about to go braid my duck. Dance to the phone. Hey. This new dance. Oh, I'll be playing too much. Just a little bit. It's okay. Like I said, just smile. Because they hate it when you smile. Damn. That motherfucker not even in their body. That's a damn shame. God said, God said, I will make you feel lonely till you get your shit together. 555. As I was saying that, I will make you feel lonely. Yes, your higher self will leave you and you will feel so lonely. You could be surrounded by a million motherfucking people and be lonely. Understand? Hmm. Understand? 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 Y'all be great. Love yourself. Continue to love yourself. No matter what you may be going through, no matter what may be experiencing, it is only temporary. It's not permanent. Give yourself a lot of word affirmations, affirmational words to yourself. Teach this to your children. Teach this to people that are not your children. Teach this to their inner child. And that's how we look at things over here. To the ignorance and the belligerence of those who need guidance. Sometimes just a little will go a long way. The remembrance will kick in when they start experiencing the depths and the rebirths within their mind, body, and soul of their existence. Let them go through their experiences. We can't save everybody. We can only hope that they get the word and the healing and know how to handle it from there. Okay? Love yourself. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for tapping in. And I will see y'all later. Be great in everything you do. Keep smiling.